So, Mom, I know I've heard a lot of the stories and things a lot of times over and over about like how y'all got to Alaska, why you went to Alaska, and all that stuff. But I think let's take it even further back.
Alaskan Bush People was one of the most talked about reality shows of its time. While the Brown family captivated audiences with their off-grid lifestyle and wilderness survival skills, they faced struggles far more challenging than living in the Alaskan bush. From devastating losses to legal battles, the reality behind the cameras proved harsher than any wilderness challenge. In this video, we'll explore the Alaskan Bush People cast members who are dead or in jail in 2026, revealing the untold stories of their struggles, controversies, and current circumstances. Number 11. Billy Brown. Billy Brown served as the heart and soul of the Discovery Channel's reality series since its premiere in 2014. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, in 1952, his path to becoming a wilderness patriarch started after a devastating tragedy struck when he was only 16 years old. His mother, father, and sister died in a plane crash, an event that ultimately led him to pursue life in the Alaskan bush. He spent his teenage years wandering the country before settling into work as a commercial fisherman in the North Pacific. Billy married Amy, and together they raised 7 children, leading them into an unconventional off-the-grid lifestyle that captivated millions of viewers. His role extended beyond being a father. Billy was the visionary who created and maintained the family's wilderness existence, teaching his children survival skills and self-reliance. Despite his pioneering spirit, legal troubles surfaced throughout his life. In 1980, Billy faced charges for horse theft. Years later, he and his family were charged with living outside of Alaska while lying about it on permanent fund dividend applications. Billy's net worth reached approximately $6 million, while the entire Brown family amassed a fortune estimated at $60 million. Billy Brown died on February 7, 2021, after suffering a seizure. He was 68 years old. His son Bear announced the heartbreaking news on Instagram, stating that their beloved patriarch had passed away the previous night. He was our best friend, a wonderful and loving dad, granddad, and husband, and he will be dearly missed, Bear wrote in his statement. The family and fans were shocked by his sudden passing. Discovery Channel released a statement expressing devastation over the loss, calling Billy a trailblazer, a lovely man, and most definitely one of a kind. His daughter Rain described him as the closest thing to an angel I've ever known. Billy had been living with seizures for years before his death. In 2018, cameras captured a particularly severe episode. His son Bam Bam explained that Billy's seizures varied in intensity, from mild episodes he could hide to severe ones causing loss of consciousness. His health problems extended beyond seizures. In March 2019, Billy collapsed while trying to exit the family camper, struggling to breathe. Following a 7-hour surgery, doctors removed a pound of liquid from one of his lungs. Medical professionals discovered his breathing issues stemmed not from lung problems, but from a weakening heart. Doctors repeatedly warned Billy that living at high altitude was dangerous for his condition. Despite these warnings, he refused to leave the mountain, reportedly stating he would rather die on his land than anywhere else. His children attempted to help by moving his trailer further down the mountain while he was hospitalized. Discovery aired a special tribute episode titled The Legacy of Billy Brown, 3 weeks after his death. The family reflected on memorable moments, his sense of adventure, and love for what they called the Wolf Pack. Billy's death occurred midway through filming season 13, and the family's grief became central to later episodes. When people first started watching Alaskan Bush People, it felt like the Brown family could survive anything the wilderness threw at them. But behind the rugged lifestyle and the fight to live off the grid, there were stories no one expected to hear. Over the years, tragedy, legal trouble, and shocking losses began to surface one after another. Some of these moments changed the show forever. Stay with me until the very end, because the final story is the one that left fans completely stunned. Number 10. Matt Brown. Matt Brown, the eldest of the Brown children, initially appeared as a key member of the family's wilderness lifestyle. His struggles with substance abuse became public in 2016 when he entered rehab for alcohol addiction following a DUI arrest. He admitted to spiraling in Juneau, Alaska, influenced by poor choices and social drinking. After completing a 35-day program, he briefly returned to the show but relapsed. In 2018, he returned to treatment at the Betty Ford Center. "I struggle with substance abuse, and after a year of ups and downs, I decided to return to treatment," Matt told People. "I'm really grateful for everyone's support and hope to have my life back on track soon." His parents expressed their support at the time, with Billy stating, "We miss him terribly, but we'd rather lose him from home for a little while than lose him forever." Matt's departure from the show in 2019 was abrupt and unexplained on air. He entered rehab for a third time in February 2019. Following this stint, his parents released $250,000 that he had earned from allowing Discovery to document his treatment. However, a source told Radar Online this created anxiety, as Matt had previously used large sums as a reason to relapse. Matt later claimed the show's production environment, including access to harmful substances, exacerbated his addiction. He also accused Billy of withholding earnings from the show, leaving him financially strained. His decision to stay in California for treatment while the family moved to Washington created physical and emotional distance. In 2018, 2 women accused Matt of sexual assault in separate incidents occurring days apart. Jessica Yurgis, 35, who served as a personal assistant to the family, alleged Matt raped her in a swimming pool on July 8, 2018, in Canoga Park, Los Angeles. Shelley Dawn, Matt's manager at the time, allegedly pulled Matt off Yurgis. 3 days later, Dawn alleged Matt raped her at the same location. Both women reported the incidents to the Los Angeles Police Department's Topanga Division. The case transferred to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, which declined to prosecute. Text messages obtained by The Sun allegedly showed Matt's brothers Bear and Gabe responding to the allegations. "I tried to warn you. If I knew he was that bad, though, I'd have killed him," Bear allegedly texted Yurgis. Gabe allegedly said, "I'm so sorry, I mean this with all my heart, stay away from Matt." Despite no charges being filed, the allegations led to Matt's permanent dismissal from the show. His siblings, including Noah, Gabe, Rain, and Snowbird, eventually cut off contact. Matt resides in Loomis, Washington, a small town with just 101 residents, where he lives off-grid in a wooden cabin. He works on a local farm tending to orchards. Since leaving the show, he has built a substantial online presence with over 260,000 Instagram followers and 50,000 YouTube subscribers. His content focuses on sobriety, wilderness living, and personal growth. Matt reconciled with Billy before his father's death in February 2021. He continues sharing his recovery journey, posting sobriety milestones, and encouraging others struggling with addiction. In March 2019, he posted a photo holding a sobriety coin with the caption, "Never give up, never surrender." Number 9. Amy Brown. Amy Brown served as the emotional anchor for the Brown family throughout their wilderness journey. Featured as Mother Amy, she provided maternal guidance while managing the demands of raising 7 children in remote locations. Her role extended beyond typical parenting, as she supported the family's off-grid lifestyle while maintaining household stability through countless challenges. During filming in spring 2017, Amy experienced severe back pain that initially seemed like arthritis. Medical scans revealed a different reality: Stage 3 non-small cell lung cancer, diagnosed in April 2017. Doctors delivered devastating news, giving her only a 3% chance of survival. The cancer had spread throughout her chest and back. "It's hard to even talk about it, because it's something I never thought would come out of my mouth," Amy told cameras about leaving their home. Amy underwent intensive treatment at UCLA Medical Center, beginning a 4-month course of chemotherapy combined with radiation. The treatment proved brutal. Radiation made eating nearly impossible, causing her weight to plummet to just 77 pounds. She was just a few pounds away from dying, Billy revealed, adding that she would bend over like a baby and cry 4 or 5 times daily. The family relocated from their Alaskan property to a 435-acre ranch in Washington's North Cascade Mountains to access better medical care. UCLA oncologist Dr. Deborah Wong confirmed her disease responded well to treatment. When doctors announced she was cancer-free, the family was stunned. "They had to pick us up off the floor," Billy said. However, remission came with conditions. Amy requires scans every 3 months for life to monitor potential recurrence. The primary source of her cancer was never identified. Amy faced another health crisis in February 2025. At age 61, she was rushed to the emergency room with chest pain and breathing difficulties. Medical teams airlifted her to a larger hospital where she was diagnosed with pneumonia. "Basically, her lungs are really bad," daughter Snowbird explained, as Amy was placed under anesthesia in intensive care. Bear provided updates showing gradual improvement. Doctors successfully removed her breathing tube, and she moved out of ICU. "She's getting strong and better every day," Bear reported in early March, noting her breathing, heart, and blood pressure were stable. As of March 2025, Amy remains cancer-free, with recent scans showing no recurrence. Number 8. Joshua. Joshua Bam Bam Brown, the second oldest of the 7 Brown children, earned recognition as one of the most level-headed and private members of the family. His absence from later seasons left viewers stunned and sparked widespread speculation about his reasons for leaving. Unlike his siblings who embraced the spotlight, Bam Bam maintained a quieter presence on the show, often working behind the scenes to keep the family operations running smoothly. In 2016, Bam Bam and Billy faced serious legal consequences stemming from their actions between 2010 and 2013. Originally, state prosecutors charged Billy, Amy, and 4 of their 7 children with a total of 60 counts of first-degree unsworn falsification and first- and second-degree theft linked to dividend applications. The charges centered on false claims about their Alaska residency. Both Billy and Joshua pleaded guilty to 1 misdemeanor count of second-degree unsworn falsification as part of a plea deal. Kirsten Swanson, an attorney representing the 4 Brown sons, revealed that Joshua felt tremendous guilt about the crimes and expressed deep concern for Billy's health, even offering to serve his father's jail time. Juneau Superior Court Judge Philip Pallenberg sentenced both men to 180 days in jail with 150 days suspended. In return for their guilty pleas, Billy had to return $7,956 in improperly obtained dividends and pay a $10,000 fine. Joshua was ordered to pay back $1,174 in dividends and received a $2,000 fine. Both completed 40 hours of community service. Bam Bam and Billy each spent 30 days in jail in 2016. At sentencing, Joshua told the judge, "I regret the circumstances and I have learned a lot from the experience." The guilty pleas resulted in all charges against other family members being dropped. Since leaving the series, Bam Bam has built a life away from cameras with Allison Kagan, whom he met when she worked on the show. His family's cold reception toward her created tension that contributed to his departure. In May 2020, he was involved in a fatal motor accident on SR 97 freeway when a black Camaro collided head-on with his GMC. A Washington state trooper confirmed Bam Bam, then 37, was not at fault as he swerved to avoid the oncoming vehicle and ended up in a ditch. At first glance, Alaskan Bush People looked like a story about strength, family, and survival in the harshest conditions on Earth. But as time went on, real life proved to be even tougher than the wilderness itself. Several cast members faced heartbreaking losses, while others found themselves in serious trouble with the law. These are the moments the cameras could never fully prepare fans for. Keep watching all the way to the end, because the last name on this list shocked viewers the most. Number 7. Bear Brown. Solomon Isaiah, Freedom Brown, known as Bear, gained recognition for his energetic personality and self-proclaimed title as the King of Extreme. His adventurous spirit and willingness to tackle dangerous tasks made him a fan favorite throughout the series. Bear faced serious legal consequences on March 11, 2022, when he was arrested and charged with domestic violence assault in the 4th degree. The arrest occurred near his home in Washington state, where he had been living with his wife Raven Adams and their son River. According to the investigative report, Bear attempted to take a phone from Raven and put her on the ground. The incident escalated when he allegedly pushed her down on the bed, holding her with one hand on her hip while trying to remove her phone. Raven reported she was scratched on her hand during the confrontation. The police report detailed that Bear had been banging on the door of their camp trailer throughout the night after initially telling Raven to leave. When deputies arrived, they found no evidence of strangulation or choking, and neither alcohol nor harmful substances were involved. Bear spent the weekend in Okanogan County Jail before being released without bond. Afterward, he entered a plea deal in April 2022. Bear's relationship with Raven proved tumultuous from the start. The couple split 2 weeks after announcing their engagement in August 2019, then announced her pregnancy one day after the breakup. In March 2020, Bear requested joint legal custody and shared physical custody of their son River. He provided DNA test results proving his paternity. On the other hand, Raven denied his request, asking for sole legal custody, primary physical custody, and restricted visitation. She also requested child support effective March 9th, when River was born. Previously, Raven had filed a restraining order in February 2020, accusing Bear of exhibiting erratic and abusive behavior, claiming he threatened her with a gun. She dropped the restraining order 3 days before River's birth. The former couple reached a custody agreement in June 2020, and they married in January 2022. Bear and Raven separated in April 2025 after 3 years of marriage. The split was mutual, with both prioritizing their 3 children, River, Cove, and Everest. Raven has since entered a relationship with her girlfriend, Caitlin Webb. Bear confirmed their co-parenting arrangement works well, noting Raven has gone above and beyond to let me spend time with the kiddos, and even invited him to their house for Christmas. She drives 4 hours weekly to ensure the children see their father. Meanwhile, the show's 3-year hiatus stems from the Warner Brothers Discovery merger rather than family issues. Bear addressed the $500,000 lawsuit filed by Billy's former business partner, Robert Morgan, calling it a big joke that will be thrown out. He believes the upcoming split of Warner Brothers and Discovery could increase the likelihood of the show's return. Number 6. Gabe Brown. Gabriel Starbuck. Brown, born December 15, 1989, occupied a unique position as the 4th son and middle child among the Brown siblings. At 33 years old as of 2023, he distinguished himself from his brothers by prioritizing privacy above all else. His wife Raquel praised his sense of humor and ability to make her laugh. After marrying Raquel, the couple initially lived with Ami in Washington state, before moving out in 2019 using money Gabe earned from the show. Unlike some siblings who left the state, Gabe deliberately chose to remain close to his in-laws, ensuring his wife and daughter maintained family connections. He never embraced the reality star lifestyle, preferring time away from cameras. Following Billy's death from a seizure in February 2021, Gabe experienced profound emotional turmoil. He took to Instagram 3 months after losing his father, opening up about internal battles that weighed heavily on him. His post reflected on dreams from long ago and admitted to staring into the distance, sometimes feeling out of his mind as the burdens became too heavy to bear. The patriarch's death tore the family apart in multiple ways. Gabe struggled to process the loss, sharing that he chose a new approach rather than becoming weighed down by grief. He encouraged taking breaks from troubles, resting, and confiding in old friends. His message emphasized that no matter how much people grow up, they remain kids inside. In a tribute to his newborn son, Gabe revealed he nicknamed the child Little Billy to honor his late father. Gabe currently lives with his wife Raquel Rose, whom he married in 2019, and their 2 daughters. He maintains his preference for privacy and limited public exposure. If you followed Alaskan Bush People from the beginning, you probably remember how unbreakable the Brown family seemed. No matter what life threw at them, they always found a way to stand together and push forward. That's what made the show feel so real. But over time, the headlines about the cast started to sound very different from the episodes we used to watch. Tragedies, legal trouble, and shocking losses began to surface one after another. Some of these stories never made the spotlight the way you might expect. We're about to go through the cast members who are dead or in jail, and you'll want to stay until the very end, because the last reveal is the one that hit fans the hardest. Number 5. Noah Brown. Noah Brown earned a reputation as the family's self-proclaimed inventor and engineer. His projects included developing a running water system for Browntown, working alongside his sisters Snowbird and Rain to bring modern conveniences to their off-grid lifestyle. The ambitious invention required the siblings to collaborate closely, testing Noah's patience and technical skills. On August 5, 2024, Noah and his wife Rain filed a petition for protection against Rain, requesting restraint from someone who committed unlawful harassment. The couple accused Rain of stalking and making threats of violence, including malicious and intentional threats involving firearms that caused substantial emotional distress. Noah cited a July 2022 incident where Rain allegedly said, "My life would be so much easier if you were dead, if only I wouldn't get caught. I think that my gun is in my room." In May 2023, Noah alleged that during a family horse transport, Rain stated she would rather let a malnourished horse die than accept his help, threatening to get her gun. The horse died the following day. Additionally, Noah accused Rain of using harmful substances, claiming she offered their mother harmful substance in December 2023 for a migraine. Despite these allegations, the court denied the restraining order in September 2024, stating the petition lacked sufficient information and referenced incidents too remote in time. Tensions escalated when Noah contacted police in April 2025, requesting a welfare check on Rain and Amy. He alleged both were using meth provided by Rain's husband Josiah, and that Rain prevented Amy from taking her medications. Days later, Rain was arrested and charged with first-degree burglary and malicious mischief. In June 2025, Rain publicly accused Noah of sexually abusing her during childhood. Noah vehemently denied the allegations in July 2025, calling them completely false, and suggesting Rain aimed to destroy my life and get my kids taken away. Noah separated from Rain in January 2025. Remarkably, he and Rain reconciled in March 2026 after randomly encountering each other in town. Both acknowledged saying hurtful things, with Noah stating, "Water under the bridge, right?" Rain, expecting her first child, invited Noah to the hospital for the birth, expressing her desire for him to be involved in the baby's life. Number 4. Snowbird Brown. Snowbird Bird Brown gained recognition as one of the original cast members when Alaskan Bush People premiered over a decade ago. The family lived in isolation, going up to 9 months without outside human contact before cameras arrived. In October 2016, she and her family faced charges totaling 60 counts of permanent fund dividend fraud and felony theft. During season 14, filming in 2022, Bird experienced severe abdominal pain that forced her to seek medical attention. Initially resistant to visiting a doctor, the pain became unbearable, leaving her collapsed on the floor. Medical scans revealed a large cystic tumor occupying her entire abdomen with fluid surrounding it, plus another hard mass from her ovaries pressing on her bladder. Emergency surgery removed 2 tumors weighing 8 pounds and 4 pounds from her ovaries. The tumors were borderline, not cancerous, but doctors warned of more than a 50% chance of cancer developing if they returned. Bird underwent treatment at the University of Washington Medical Center. Doctors recommended a hysterectomy to reduce cancer risk, though this would eliminate her ability to carry children. Following surgery, Bird requires blood work every 2 months to monitor for tumor recurrence. In October 2023, she underwent laparoscopy and biopsies after fluid developed in her scar tissue. By April 2024, tumors had not returned. She launched a YouTube channel in 2025 to share updates with fans. Number 3. Rain Brown. Merry Christmas. Catherine Raindrop Brown, the youngest of 7 children, was just 11 years old when Alaskan Bush People premiered in 2014. She spent the shortest time living in the wild compared to her siblings, making her the most relatable to viewers. Her close bond with sister Snowbird became a highlight as cameras captured them playing with dolls and caring for animals together. On April 11, 2025, Rain and her husband Josiah Lorton were arrested in Washington state. Rain faced charges of first-degree burglary, first-degree malicious mischief, and second-degree criminal trespass. Both were booked into Okanogan County Jail and released on April 14th. Rain claimed her former manager stole $43,000 from her and abused her, calling the allegations false. In October 2017, Rain publicly revealed her battle with depression at age 14, admitting she stayed in bed for 4 days with no motivation. She struggled with alcoholism as a teenager, mirroring her brother Matt's addiction issues. Rain disclosed experiencing trauma during childhood that viewers never witnessed, stating she fell into some bad shit. Rain married Josiah in January 2024. In February 2025, Amy announced Rain's pregnancy, the family's 11th grandbaby, with a due date around August 23rd. Rain reconciled with Noah in March 2026 after a chance encounter. There was a time when it felt like nothing could shake the world of Alaskan Bush people. The Brown family lived in one of the toughest places on Earth, yet they always managed to survive together. That's why so many viewers believed their story would never fall apart. But what happened after the cameras stopped rolling tells a very different story. Over the years, news started to come out that left fans shocked, confused, and sometimes heartbroken. Not every ending was a happy one, and some turned out far worse than anyone expected. We're about to look at the cast members who are dead or in jail. So stay with me until the very end, because one of these cases still doesn't sit right. Number 2. Rain Alicia. Born Ruth Alicia Merrill in Oregon, Rain legally changed her name in 2017, 1 year before marrying Noah in August 2018. The name change sparked controversy within the family, particularly with Rain Brown, who felt Rain was copying her identity. Noah's sisters, Bird and Rain, never welcomed Rain warmly. Their personalities clashed from the beginning, creating lasting tension. Rain and Noah announced their separation on January 28, 2025, after 6 years of marriage. Noah moved into their guest cabin at Rain's request. They share 2 sons, Eli, 5, and Adam, 3. Both emphasized working through the split cordially, focusing on minimal disruption for their children. Family conflicts extended beyond sibling relationships. When Elijah was born in February 2019, Amy allegedly attempted to control parenting decisions, creating tension between Rain and her mother-in-law. Rain and Noah jointly filed a restraining order against Rain in August 2024, citing stalking and threats of violence. The court denied their petition. In November 2025, Rain filed for divorce in Okanogan County, Washington. Her new boyfriend served Noah with the papers. Documents indicate they began living separately in September 2024. By 2026, Rain moved forward with a new relationship. Number 1. Raven Adams. Raven Adams met Bear at his brother Noah's wedding in 2018. Their whirlwind romance led to an engagement in August 2019, but they split just 2 weeks later. One day, after announcing the breakup, they revealed Raven's pregnancy. The relationship remained volatile as they reconciled and split multiple times before River's birth in March 2020. Bear didn't meet his son until 6 months after birth, when the couple gave their relationship another chance. In February 2020, Raven filed for a long-term restraining order against Bear, making serious accusations including harmful substance use and threats to kick her out without money or food. The temporary restraining order was granted, but later dropped 3 days before River's birth. Following reconciliation, the couple married in January 2022. 2 months later, Bear was arrested for domestic violence after allegedly pushing Raven and attempting to take her phone during an argument while moving between residences. Raven faced her own legal issues when she and her husband Josiah were arrested in April 2025 on charges including first-degree burglary and malicious mischief. Both were released from Okanogan County Jail days later. Raven and Bear announced their separation in April 2025 after 3 years of marriage, agreeing to co-parent their 3 sons, River, Cove, and Everest. She later began a relationship with her girlfriend, Caitlin Webb, and the two grew close over time, eventually deciding to take the next step in their lives together. In February 2026, they officially announced their engagement, marking a new chapter that many followers did not see coming. Despite the changes in her personal life, Raven has continued to focus on keeping stability for the children. Every single week, she reportedly drives nearly 4 hours just to make sure the kids are able to spend time with Bear, showing how serious she is about keeping things fair. So far, the two have managed to maintain a peaceful co-parenting arrangement, something that hasn't always been easy, but has remained important for the sake of their family. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.